What's going on? Uh, Man, I'm coming to y'all today because I got a message. Somebody asked me, should they get a male or a female dog first? In that situation, man, I need more information to answer this question. But at the same time, I can only go off my experiences and what I done dealt with. And in my experiences in the past, I always started out with females first. In this situation, the dog that I currently have, I did not start off like that. I started off with male, which is Zeus. And I think, man, whatever decision you make, I think you need to focus on not so much male or female. You need to focus on training. You want to make sure that you focus on training your dog, making sure that your dog, whatever environment that you and your family are in, you want to make sure that that dog is a part of that and is a part of your family as well. So if you like going on mountain climbing or hiking, take your dog. If you like your dog being in those settings. If you're looking for a protector, then you need to make sure you have your dog where it protects. Whatever situation that you, or whatever job that you have the dog for, my dogs, I got them for companions and protectors. So I made sure that that's what they do. So, but at the same time, you have to be responsible and make sure that your dog is secure. So I have a backyard that my dogs live in, but I try to make sure that they're safe and secure where they won't get out about and cause me any headache. But that's for the most part. But whatever you do, whatever breed you get, you want to make sure that, man, you do plenty of research so that way you know what you're getting into, your family know what you're getting into. And if you have a laid-back personality, you need to get a dog that has a laid-back temperament. Whatever breed they may be, if you up the beat, you need to make sure that you get a dog that's up the beat. If you on the go, it don't mean nothing if your dog is lazy and you like to have your dog, and it don't go with your lifestyle. So if you like being energetic, you need to get your energetic breed. That's the main thing. That's more important than anything. Just make sure whatever breed you get, that you do tons of research. Know what you're getting yourself in. Because it makes no sense for you to get a dog, you get the dog, and you laid back, but your dog tearing up your house because your dog is hyperactive. It don't miss. It don't go together. So make sure you do that. That's how you keep a lot of dogs out of shelters too. Do tons of research, man. Whether it's a Border, whether it's a Shih Tzu, whether it's or whatever the dog is. Make sure that you know what that breed entails, and that way, that'll help you make a better decision. If you just want a dog just to have a dog that's a couch potato, then you need to get a couch potato breed. It makes sense. So, but other than that, like I say, I was just trying to answer the question. Main thing, what you want to do, regardless male or female, like I say, if you're trying to breed, then you might want to start a female. But you could start with a male too. Let me see. Females to me are not as stubborn as males, in my personal opinion, but you always can come across a good male. So keep that in mind. But most females are very protective. As far as in guardian breeds, they're very protective. So you also want to keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, whatever dog you go to or get, or whatever breeder you go to, you want to make sure that the dogs are level-headed and they cool and calm. That's the most important thing. Because if they have a mild temperament, that means you can adjust them up or down to whatever your lifestyle is. If they already on 100, it ain't nothing you can do but try to bring them down, but they already at 100. If they level-headed, then you can amp it up or dial it down. Depends on what you prefer. That's what I feel. That's why they always say it's good to have a dog with a mild temperament. You don't want a dog that's on 100 on everything. Man, you'll have a headache yourself. So at the end of the day, That's what I personally feel. My dog, I feel both of them are level-headed. Both of them are mild-tempered. Nova is more on go than Zeus in certain situations. Like I said this in tons of videos. Zeus is more, I could take him around people, I could take him around crowds. I just don't, because I'm not too fond of people petting and touching my dogs, because what I do know about dogs is dogs sense things. You know, you could take them around, but you know, I don't go around crowds. If I was around crowds a lot, then it'll be a different story. So by me not being around large crowds, that's why I don't, but I can take him around large crowds. So for instance, if I was a trainer, then I would know fully. But I'm not into that world. Like I tell anybody, and I tell on these videos, I'm not a trainer, I'm not a professional. I'm just a person that have a dog that's documenting it. And that's what it is. You know, ain't nothing special, man. If you had dogs, you had dogs. It's just the breed of dogs I have. And like I say, I surround myself with people that give me good information and that ain't scared to share it. And so that's what it is. But like I say, man, whatever your lifestyle is, that's what you need to make sure what your dog entails. And what are you getting the dog for? Are you getting the dog to be a companion? Are you getting the dog to protect? What are you getting the dog for? And that says a lot. That lets you know what your moves need to be. Are you getting the dog to breed? So if you're getting the dog to protect, it don't matter if it's a male or female, because you're getting it to protect. But you need to make sure that if you're getting it to protect, then you need to go to a breeder that not so much specialized in it, but dogs that has mild temper. So that way you can dial it up, because you might get the dog, it might be too much. But if it's mild temper, you can kind of dial it down. If it ain't up enough, then you can dial it up. But you know, as a puppy, you really can't see that when a dog is a puppy. Once a dog starts getting around that year mark, that's when you kind of could tell, okay, I see what this dog is. I see what I got. But you know, and then in some puppies, you'll see that the first day, you know what you got. It all depends, but like I say, at the end of the day, I don't mean to keep rambling, but at the end of the day, you have to know what you're looking for. You got to know, you know, you can't just go off you. You got to go off your family, what they into, and go from there. So with me and mine, for the most part, these my dogs. But my family are involved, but it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, they protect. They do what they do, and they do their job, and they do it well. So, like I say, at the end of the day, man, I don't mean to keep rambling, but whatever it is that you're looking for, you have to be real with yourself, and you got to understand, okay, if you get a large breed dog, do you have enough room for a dog? You know, right now I have a big size backyard, but I know I couldn't have 10 of them because my yard ain't that big. Now maybe I could probably get 2 more, and they got plenty of room to run around. But as far as, you know, I can't just have no bunch of dogs, because then, you know, the dog ain't getting the best treat in my situation. You know, I can't speak for nobody else, but in my situation, they big, man, they big dogs. You know, they large-sized dogs. You know, certain dogs, you can have a bunch of dogs because they still have a lot of room to run around. They still can do things. And then if you're a good dog person, anybody that got dogs know this. If you're a good dog person, man, as long as your dog's sheltered, eat good, and taken care of, the rest of it really don't even matter, man. As long as you can provide that and show that dog some love, the rest of it don't even really matter. You know, you ain't got to buy the dog no sweater unless that's what you into. You know, but I can't tell nobody to do with their dog because it's their dog. My dogs, I love my dogs the way I love my dogs. My dog like family. I spend majority of my time with them. But anyway, man, this Kellen with Zooland Bourbons. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and y'all take it easy. Appreciate it.